Yo, what's poppin', gamers? Welcome back to a brand new video, and I just want to apologize in advance for my voice. I'm still pretty sick, so I'm sorry if you guys hate my voice today. But obviously by the title of the video, you guys might be super worried, and I just want to say this might be a good thing for Phantom Forces. So pretty much one of the lead developers for Phantom Forces came out and said, or made an announcement, and I'll put the announcement up on the screen right now. You guys can pause and read it right now if you guys want to, but I'm going to go ahead and take a couple things out of here that are good to pay attention to. So this first line of text is actually pretty important for me to read, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. With the recent departure of our lead contributor, you guys didn't know, I know a lot of people don't know this, but the actual developers of Phantom Forces haven't been working on this game for a very long time. They'll step in if there's anything major, and I know Shaylin would also help with maps, I'm pretty sure. But as far as like development for the past like 2.5 years almost, it was not the actual creators of Phantom Forces working on the game. Part of the reason why it's been sucking. But I assume they're talking about Mar here in the contributor part, and I'm assuming other people left after he left as well. So I don't know that for sure. He also went on to say, we decided to temporarily change our development direction for PF to be more inward facing. So that's actually really good, and I'll explain why these things are good as well. We're gonna move on to the next thing that he said, and I'm gonna point out the main portion of this. So the first thing he mentioned in here is there's not gonna be any big updates when it comes to weapons, attachments, and balancing changes, and we're not going to see those anymore anytime soon. And I think this is a good thing, because eventually they might get to the point where they start balancing weapons that are currently in the game, and overall just make the game more enjoyable and try to balance out those weapons that are super powerful over other ones. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that weapon list is getting super long. It's been getting super long. I think the weapons are a total over 200 now in the game. But the key thing that he said here, I suspect that PF won't see major content update anytime soon that players have grown accustomed to. So pretty much he's saying every holiday and also every 3 to 5 months when we expected to get an update or waited to get updates. It might take longer than that, but it might not. And I'll explain after this as well. And the next thing that he said in the next little category, he basically said that he's going to start working on the framework and fix up a lot of the stuff that has been plaguing Phantom Forces when it comes to bugs and stuff like that. And they also said they're going to start working on some experimental preparation for Core, which is their new game that they're working on, Core 6. But it's just going to be called Core, Call of Robloxia. And the key thing that they pointed out here, and this is the first information we've had about Core update development. And then also he said below that, which is our first updates progress on Core itself. He said more development progression, details about Core may be explained later on, but short TLDR will be that it is not something to be expected soon. And I want to be honest with you guys, I'm going to warn you right now, I don't think we're going to see early alpha access for Core 6 until probably around mid 2022. And it may be longer than that. I think it's going to be a longer wait than that, but we'll see. That isn't information fed to me. That's just what I assume, and it does look like that's going to be happening. And keep in mind, alpha access is going to be 1,000 Robux, so I know a lot of people won't be able to buy that, but of course, I'll be uploading it and stuff like that. I'll be personally buying that as well. Okay, time to talk about the Phantom Forces stuff that he pointed out here and why this is actually a good thing. The first thing I want to mention is that I was in a stylish stream recently, and Lito was scrolling through trying to fix a portion of the UI, or trying to find a portion of his framework for the UI. Man, is that UI or that framework all over the place. It is super unorganized. He literally could not find, you know, the top right part where it says your weapon and attachments that you have on it, that little portion right there. He could not find that in his code. And you guys got to keep in mind, this is super old framework. This is from 2015, and it's been tweaked and messed with a lot throughout the years, and it's just not really organized the way you would want it nowadays. Which isn't completely their fault, because they can't assume that their game's going to get to this point, and or if they're still going to be working on this game this far. But I think Core 6 will definitely be future-proofed, and they won't have this issue. It's definitely going to be a lot more organized. Or at least I hope it will be, but I have no doubt in my mind that it will be. So pretty much what we can expect for updates now is just little small ones when it comes to updating the framework. And this could also mean that we might get some UI changes, and I really hope that we do. That's something I've been wanting for a very long time. Just overall, just a more organized system when it comes to the UI, because it's super bad, man. As far as them not adding any more weapons, attachments, or balancing changes, I still think that there should be balancing changes to the current weapons in the game. So hopefully at some point that we will get changes to that, just to make the current game a little more balanced overall. But I think it's a good thing that we're not getting any new weapons for now, because the weapon list is massive, dude. It's so big. I think we're like almost at 215. It might even be past that now. I don't even remember, but it's definitely over 200 weapons. And to be fair, a lot of the weapon updates that we always had were super high ranked. So all these new players that are actually playing the game right now don't even get to play these use these weapons. And I don't want to throw shade or hate on their methods, but what they were doing was basically they were making all their money from people buying guns early. And if they were to continue adding higher rank weapons, people are still going to buy the guns early, because obviously they know YouTubers are going to upload videos on them. And if they make it good for at least the first start of the update, YouTubers are going to say the weapon's good and that it's worth getting or worth grinding for. And then they go ahead and nerf it later on. So it kind of, I hate their system, the way that they're doing it, but that's how Phantom Forces has been for a while, so nothing new really. But the good news is that we won't see that anymore. No more of that for a while at least. But the main good thing about this is that we're just gonna overall have bug fixes that just basically bugs that we've had in the game for years, man. So it's good that this is gonna get focus, and also the framework itself is gonna be updated from 2015 to more of like a current day standards. So that's really good. I don't think they'll break anything, because obviously they're not gonna make anything public before testing it. So don't worry about anything breaking. But there's little things like possibly daily challenges or weekly stuff like that that could be added. So these are things that we can kind of hope for, because they are working in this area. And when they organize everything, we might eventually get these UI changes and daily challenges. And I would hope something to indicate that you've mastered a weapon, because right now, if you get like 5,000 or 10,000 kills on your weapon, nobody can see it for mastering that weapon. There's nothing for it. So it would be nice to have something to indicate that you master it, whether it's one camo that you unlock for that weapon. That would be cool. Or if it was just something on the where it pops up that you died by somebody, and it has like a little ribbon or something on the player card for that weapon that he's using, saying that he has this many kills or he mastered this weapon. Just something like that to kind of make it feel like at least somebody's seeing that you've done this, and it feels like people actually notice your hard work. Something to just show that you mastered something in general would be cool. But of course, these things that I'm pointing out that we could possibly get, this isn't confirmed at all, and it's also something that probably would happen way later on if they did do something like that, because right now they're just going to be focusing on going through everything and updating the framework. And this could mean a lot of good things. We could have more optimization for low-end PCs, but I think it's really interesting where they could go with this, and I'm excited to see what Lido does and what he changes. And hopefully we don't have to wait too long for the updates, but I know that I've seen the framework for the game. It's atrocious. So I know I understand if it does take a while, because it's all over the place. Alrighty, I'm probably going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for all the support recently. I usually don't upload on the weekends. I just stream. So I will be streaming later today, but I'll be streaming Bad Business. So for anybody that doesn't want to watch that, just a heads up. But yeah, I just wanted to upload this video to update my viewers that do still watch my PF content. And if you weren't informed, you are now. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the stream later today, and also the upload on Monday. Peace out.